Well, Trump and RFK are back with a new fun made up thing, which is now that Tylenol is what causes autism. And I've been a little bit surprised actually with the sort of kid gloves that the media is handling this because there's absolutely no evidence at all that Tylenol causes autism while pregnant. Now, I know that actual scientific research has very little to do with what people think about healthcare, but if it does help, autism became an official diagnosis several decades before Tylenol was even invented, which of course doesn't mean that Tylenol couldn't cause autism, but it doesn't. Anyways, their solution and cure to autism is leucovorin, which is essentially a folic acid, which is vitamin B9, more or less. Now, this one isn't 100% made up. Some very early trials in very select cases have found that certain people with autism might have something that's called a folic acid deficiency, in which case leucovorin might help a bit. This is not all people with autism, and the studies that have found a positive association between leucovorin and certain people with autism have been very small studies with about 40 to 50 people in each study. Even some of the doctors who prescribe leucovorin to their patients have said that they're about 10% of the way there when it comes to clinical trial and research to prove that it actually has positive impacts on people with autism. There's one more thing here to fact check, which is who benefits from leucovorin or who doesn't. You may have seen a viral thread on X that accuses Dr. Oz, the celebrity surgeon who is also a member of the government, of having stake in a company that produces leucovorin. That's sort of true. Oz was supposed to divest himself of all of those shares before he entered government, but whether he did that is unclear and it seems unlikely. It seems like he's at least holding on to some of those shares. But the type of folic acid that Dr. Oz is invested in is prescription. So you have to get a prescription for it, whereas the one that the FDA is likely going to start pushing as a cure for autism is over the counter. So it's not inconceivable to think that Dr. Oz is in some way benefiting from this financially, but it's unlikely and certainly not at a huge scale as has been alleged. Either way, it's yet another great scientifically backed decision from the Trump administration.